It is visible to you? Screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right, sir.
Okay. So in this class, we will see about the DC generator characteristics. So in DC generator characteristics, there are three important characteristics: open circuit characteristics, so open circuit characteristics are drawn between EG not. EG not means no load generated EMF. EG not means no load generated EMF. Okay. EG not versus IF. So these characteristics are drawn between EG not, no load generated EMF, and a field current. IF is the field current here. Okay. Internal characteristics. Internal characteristics. So internal characteristics are drawn between internal parameters of the generator. So in internal characteristics, we'll take about the armature. Okay. So in armature, so this is the symbolic representation of armature. So in armature, what is the EMF value? EG. What is the current flowing in the armature? It is nothing but IA. So if you draw the EG versus IA, so it represents the internal characteristics. Why? Because these are the internal parameters of a armature. Okay. So internal characteristics are drawn between EG versus IA, and external characteristics next. Third one is the external characteristics. External characteristics are drawn between PL and IL. So externally we are connecting load. Externally we are connecting load. So at load we are taking a terminal voltage, and the current flowing through the load is IL. Okay. So if you draw VL versus IL, it represents the external characteristics. Okay. So these are the three important characteristics which resembles the generator performance. Okay. So now we'll see individual generator characteristics for all the three characteristics. Okay. So we have already discussed the types of DC generators in the last class. So can anyone say types of DC generators based on excitation? Classify.
Self and
Yes,
separated.
self and separately excited. So first we will see about a self separately excited generator for the three characteristics. Okay. Now we'll discuss about a separately excited DC generator characteristics. So can I erase this up to here?
Yes, sir.
So please put your attendance in the chat box. The last class I mentioned like that the name with your roll number. Type it in the chat box so that I'll take attendance in the last of the session. Can I erase this? I'm erasing that. Separately excited DC generator. So what the separately excited DC generator? It is meant for separately excited DC generator. That means it is excited with a separate DC source. Okay. So now we will discuss about the characteristics of a DC generator for this type of generator. So I already told that the characteristics present in a DC generator are open circuit characteristics and internal characteristics and external characteristics. So first we will discuss about the open circuit characteristics of a separately excited DC generator. For that, I am drawing the circuit diagram. Conduct open circuit characteristics. This is ammeter. And this is the field winding. So that means this ammeter measures the field current. The ammeter measures the field current. It's an experimental setup. So this is the DPST switch, double pole, single throw switch. So two poles. You are seeing the two poles. It will be closer to only single side. So that's why it is calling as a double pole single throw switch, DPST switch. These are fuses. And this is the variable resistance, also called as an experimental point of view rheostat. A potential divider. This is called as a potential divider here. Connection is called as potential divider. What is the purpose of potential divider means? In order to vary the voltage in case of a DC supply. So we are giving a DC supply. Here. Why? Because this is a DC with generator. Okay. So for generator, we are drawing a the armature now. So we are representing armature. And we want to take the armature voltage which is nothing but EG. So in parallel voltage is same. So that we are taking a voltage. The so this is the load. And this is the voltage. Voltmeter. Voltmeter reads the voltage value. So why this is connected in parallel? So in parallel voltage same. So this in armature EG will be used. That EG will be measured with the voltmeter. So why? Because these two are connected in parallel, so that the same voltage will be indicated in the voltmeter. So in order to indicate the EG, so this voltmeter is connected in parallel with this armature. So this is the load. This is the O switch. Again DPST switch. The purpose of this switch is to ensure load is connected or not. That is the purpose. So this is the separate field circuit and this is the armature circuit. Now this is the experimental setup. Now in order to conduct open circuit characteristics, so first of all, what do you mean by open circuit characteristics? Open circuit characteristics are drawn between EG0 and IF. IF is a field current. Okay. So that means, so ensure that in order to conduct the open circuit characteristics, in order to conduct the open circuit characteristics, load should not be connected to the generator. Ensure that load is not connected to the circuit. That means the switch should be open condition. So this switch is in open condition. In order to perform open circuit characteristics, that load switch should be in open condition. Okay. So first of all, this is the one of the most important precaution. So in order to conduct the open circuit characteristics, this load switch should be in open condition. Okay. After that, switch on the DPST of the field circuit. Field circuit is on left side of the circuit is present. Okay. So switch on the DPST, ensure that supply is connected to the circuit. Okay. And by varying the potential divider, in steps, what happens? This resistance position is in maximum position now. That resistance position is in maximum resistance position. So if maximum resistance means what is the current flow in the circuit? Minimum current. Why? Because these are resistance and current are inversely proportional. Resistance and current are inversely proportional according to Ohm's law. So if resistance is maximum means current is minimum. If current is minimum means what happens to the flux? Flux is also minimum. So we are talking about a field current. This is a field current. Why? Because the potential divider is connected to field circuit. The potential divider is connected to a field circuit. So in that the resistance is maximum. If the resistance is maximum means the current flow through the field circuit is minimum. The flux is, if the current through the field circuit is minimum means flux is also minimum. And what happens to the EMF? If the flux is minimum means according to EG EMF equation of a DC generator, EG is equals to phi ZNP by 60A. So this is the EMF equation of a DC generator. According to this EMF equation of DC generator, we can say that EG is directly proportional to phi and N. Remaining all are taken as constant. Okay, where phi is a flux and N is the speed of a generator. Okay, so we can say the speed of a generator is also constant. So that EG is directly proportional to phi. So that means this generated EMF is depends on the flux value. If this now coming to here, if this flux is low value, what happens to the generated EMF? EG also getting reduced. So at the time of starting, so why we are taking it a maximum value of resistance in order to flow flux as a, in order to flow current as a minimum value. So if the current is minimum means flux is minimum. Flux is minimum means what happens to EG? EG is also minimum. So taking the tabular form for EG naught and IF. So this ammeter reads the IF value. This voltmeter reads the EG naught value. Okay. So at the time of starting, after closing the DPST switch on the field circuit, you should note down the corresponding reading of ammeter and voltmeter. Ensure that this load switch should be in open condition. Okay. So that it indicates some value, minimum values, IF minimum and EG naught minimum. So these are the low values. These are the low values. Why? Because we are taking it as a resistance as a maximum. The potential divider resistance is at a maximum resistance position. Yeah.
Voice breakout, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Voice breakout.
Okay, now? How it is okay?
Okay.
Okay. Suppose the resistance is at maximum resistance position is the potential divider is at maximum resistance position means the current flow through the field circuit is minimum according to Ohm's law. Okay. If the current is minimum means flux is also minimum. If the flux is minimum means according to EMF equation of a DC generator, EG is directly proportional to phi. EG is directly proportional to phi. So from this, if the pi value is reduced means what happens to EG value? EG value will also reduce. Okay. At the time of starting, IF value is minimum. IF value is minimum, and due to that, EG naught value is also minimum value. So by varying this potential divider in steps like this, we can get the maximum values. IF maximum, EG naught maximum. Okay, so that means these are linearly varying. These are linearly varying. Why? Because there is a directly proportional relationship between EG and flux. There is a directly proportional relationship between EG and flux. so that these two parameters are linearly varying. Okay. So now I can represent according to this is the procedure of the circuit experiment. Okay. Now I am drawing this graph. So how can you conduct open circuit test? Ensure that load switch should be in open condition. Okay. And close the DPST switch on the feed circuit so that power is connected to the circuit. DC supply is connected to the feed circuit so that current will be passing into the circuit through potential divider. As the potential divider is at maximum resistance position, what happens to the current flowing in the feed circuit? Minimum. If the current is minimum, means flux is also minimum. If the flux is minimum, means what happens to EG value? EG naught value is also minimum. It will be indicated through voltmeter. Okay. So now, by varying this potential divider in steps, so what happens? The resistance value is decreased. The resistance value is decreased. How it is decreased? Initially, we are placing it as a maximum resistance position, but now we are changing it to minimum resistance. We are moving it to minimum resistance. What happens means resistance is cutting off. Resistance is cutting off. The resistance is decreased means what happens to current? Current will increase. Current in the field circuit is increased. If the current is in the field circuit is increased means what happens to the flux? Flux is increased. So I am writing here if resistance is decreasing. Resistance decrease means resistance of the field circuit by varying the potential divider. Okay, so this is by varying with potential divider. The resistance of the field circuit is decrease means what happens to field current? Field current will increase. If the field current is increased means what happens to flux? Flux will increase. According to EG is directly proportional to phi. If phi is increased means what happens to EG? EG value will also increase. So in this way we are getting a I of minimum to I of maximum at corresponding EG naught is maximum. Okay. Now we'll see the graph. So can I erase this up to here? Any doubts? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, EG not and
No load generated EMF.
sir,
No load generated EMF.
no load generated EMF.
So if the load switch is in open condition means it reads the no load value. It reads the voltmeter reads the no load value. Why? Because this load is disconnected here with the help of this switch. If the switch is in open condition means load is not connected. So at that time, what is the EMF induced in a generator means EG naught. Okay, that EG naught will be indicated through this voltmeter. Okay, have you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can I erase this up to now?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am drawing the open circuit characteristics. So take on y-axis as Eg naught and on x-axis as a field current IF. So initially, what is the IF value? Minimum value. And what is the Eg naught value? Minimum value. So IF minimum. So this is the IF minimum. So IF minimum, there is no Eg naught. Eg naught is also minimum. That means here it is. Okay. So, but there is some residual magnetism present in the poles of a DC generator. Without having a field current, that means IF is zero. IF is zero means flux in the generator is zero. But practically, the residual magnetism, due to residual magnetism concept, there is some flux present. Flux is present even field current IF is zero. When IF is zero, there is some flux is present. If the flux is present means whatever the EG is directly proportional to Eg is directly proportional to phi. If the flux is present at the point IF is 0, the Eg is also present. So that means, I'm indicating here, point. This is IF 0, but we are having some amount of Eg. That Eg is called as due to residual magnetism. Due to residual magnetism. There is some voltage present at the poles of a generator. Okay, this is due to residual voltage. This is due to residual magnetism present at the poles. Okay, so even at IF is 0, there is some voltage present. Okay, now here onwards, what happens? Flux. We are having a by closing the DTS switch in the diagram. You can see the last diagram. So by closing the DTS switch, what happens? Current will be passing, field current will be passing into the circuit through potential divider. So at field current is resistance is maximum means the field current value is minimum. Okay, at starting we are getting a field current as minimum. So that means this is the field current minimum. We are having a EG as a minimum. So both are intersecting at this particular point. From this point, okay, we get like this. Okay, and the next by increasing current, we are taking the maximum points. So this is the IF maximum, and this is the EG naught maximum, EG naught maximum. So we are intersecting the 2 points. Yep, like this. Okay, and we connect these 2 points like this. Okay. So this is the open circuit characteristics. Okay. After IF reaches to maximum value, what happens to flux? Flux will also reaches to maximum value. That means flux is saturated. Flux is saturated. That means if the after this I maximum, so we can increase the I maximum by reducing the resistance. By reducing the field circuit resistance, what happens to by reducing the field circuit resistance, what happens to current? Current will increase. If the current will increase, but flux is saturated, but means after this point, the flux is maintained as a constant. The flux is constant means what happens to EG? EG will depends on the flux according to EM of the equation of a DC generator. EG is directly proportional to flux. If the flux is constant means whatever to EG naught. EG naught will also maintained as a constant. So after this point, if we increase the current means what happens to flux? Flux is maintained as constant. Why? Because flux is saturated. The flux is saturated, the EG naught will maintain as a constant. Okay. So this is the open circuit characteristic. Have you understand? Hello. Hello. Have you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
సార్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఫ్లక్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఎందుకు అవుతుంది చెప్పాలి సార్.
Yes. Okay. So after the maximum value of current, if we reduce the resistance means what happens? The current will increase. After that maximum point, what happens? If we reduce the potential divider resistance means what happens? The current will increase. If the current will increase means already flux will reach us to the maximum position. That means it is already in saturation condition. Okay. That means there is no flux will be generated after this point. Okay. So that it will maintain as a constant. Whenever the flux is maintained as a saturation, that means it is taken as a constant. That is a maximum limit. Okay. After that, if you reduce the resistance, then current will increase, but there is no increase in the flux. This is the saturation point. Okay. So this is the saturation point. Like this. Beyond this, if we increase the current means the flux will constant. If the flux is constant means EG naught is maintained as a constant. So this is the EG naught line. Okay. As the EG naught is depends on the flux, so that It is maintained as a constant. Okay. So remember that the field winding is mounted on the poles like this, according to construction of a DC generator. The field winding is mounted on the poles. Okay. If you increase the current, you increase the field current, what happens? The flux will be increased up to some value. Up to some value. Okay. That is the maximum value. That is the flux maximum value. If you increase the current up to maximum value, what happens? The flux will reach just the maximum value. Then, if we increase the current after the maximum value, what happens? The flux will not increase. That is the saturation position. That means the poles are getting saturated. The poles are getting saturated after this flux. It will behave as a constant. Okay. Now you got the point. I hope you can understand.
Yes, sir.
Have you understand this topic? Separately excited open circuit characteristics. Up to now, any doubts? So see here, these characteristics are very confusing. Okay, so but it is very interesting. So in order to know the behavior of a DC generators, we have to know the operation of a separately excited DC generators based on these characteristics. So these characteristics are very important. So please tell me if you are understanding or not. If you are not understanding, then I will tell again. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Um, is it clear? Up to here? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Can I proceed to further topic?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So the open circuit characteristics are similar for every generator. That means for self-excited generators, there is a three classifications in self-excited DC generators. Okay, the open circuit characteristics for DC shunt generator, DC series generator, and DC compound generator all are similar. All are same. Okay, in the same manner I have explained till now. Okay. The similar characteristics are existing open circuit for only open circuit characteristics. Okay, not other characteristics. For only open circuit characteristics, all the other generators are same. That means all the generators under no load condition behaves as same. Okay, that is the point. That is the main important point. All the generators under no load condition. Open circuit characteristics means which is the generator is operating under no load. The generator is operating under no load. No load means load is not connected. Load is not connected. The circuit diagram it is showing that on the load is disconnected by a switch. The switch is open condition. That switch is in open condition means the generator is running under no load condition. Okay. So that means a separately excited DC generator, no load characteristics. That means open circuit characteristics. Shunt generator, open circuit characteristics. Series generator, open circuit characteristics. And compound generator, open circuit characteristics are same. Okay, there is no change in the open circuit characteristics. Now we'll see about the internal characteristics of separately excited DC generator. Can I erase this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The characteristics are little bit confusing, but it is very interesting. Okay, this knows how the subject depth is. Okay, so if you understand this concepts, you will be gem in this subject. Okay. Now we'll see about our internal characteristics. So internal characteristics are operates under loaded condition. Okay, so that means so internal characteristics are drawn between EJ and IA. EJ and IA. So these are obtained under loaded condition. These characteristics are obtained under loaded condition. So that means load is connected to the circuit. Okay. Now again I am drawing the circuit diagram. Earlier we have drawn the open circuit characteristics diagram. Same circuit diagram I am drawing. The potential divided. Okay, this is the field circuit. Now I am drawing the armature circuit. The voltmeter reads the EG value. Here there is a switch. Connected to load. Ensure that this DPDT switch should be in closed condition to operate the internal characteristics, to conduct the internal characteristics. This DPDT switch, DPST switch should be in closed condition. So that means again I am drawing the armature and circuit. Only I am drawing the armature and load circuit. How to represent the load is connected to the generator. So here in the second diagram we can see the armature is connected to load. So this is the load. That means the switch is DPST switch is in closed condition. DPST switch is in closed condition. So what happens? The load is connected to the DC generator. Okay. So that means okay. Now we'll see this load is variable here. This load is variable. So that means after completing the open circuit characteristics, we are performing the internal characteristics. Okay. We have in the open circuit characteristics, we got a EG0 maximum value. EG0 maximum value. So we are taking EG and IA. So these are the characteristics. So take EG axis on a y-axis and IA on the x-axis. So take EG0 value from the open circuit characteristics. EG0 is a maximum value, maximum no load EMF value. So which is obtained from the open circuit characteristics. So this line represents the EG0 value. So this is obtained from the open circuit characteristics. We have already seen the open circuit characteristics. This is the EG0 value, no load maximum EMF generated. Okay. Now, so don't draw this circles. Okay. Okay. Now we'll see load is varying. So what happens if the load is varying means load current is increased. The load current is increased means what happens to armature current. So a generated EMF, due to this generated EMF, IA is flowing. IA and IL are equal, so that IA will increase. By varying the load means load current is increased. If the load current is increased means what happens to IA? IA will increase. If IA is increased, what happens to EG? According to shunt generator, separately excited DC generator EG equation. we have already derived the EG equation for separately excited DC generator. V plus IARA. So this is the formula for a EG equation of a separately excited DC generator. We have already derived it. Okay. So from this, what about the EG value? If IA is increased, IRA is also increased. If IR increased, what happens to EG value? EG value will also increase or decrease?
Increase.
So if IRA increases means what happens to EG? EG value will increase or decrease. So according to this equation, the drop across the armature is increased. So that means armature generated EMF will decrease. So according to this, how can I say this means according to EMF equation of a DC generator, EG is equals to 5 ZNP by TA. Okay. So according to this equation, so we can say EG is directly proportional to phi n. So that means EG value will depends on flux and speed. So if you consider this flux as a constant, why? Because we have completed the open circuit characteristics. We are not varying the flux here. We are not varying the flux here. We are varying the load current. That means, so take this flux as a constant here. So that means EG is directly proportional to speed. Okay. By loading the generator means what happens? The speed will decrease. The speed will decrease means what happens to the EG value? EG value will decrease. Have you understand? By loading the generator, that means the load is increased. Whenever the load is increased, what happens to speed? Speed of the generator. Speed of the generator will decrease. Okay. If the speed is decreased means what happens to generator? EG. EG will decrease. Okay. So now we will see if the load current is increased means what happens to IA? IA value will increase. If IA is increased means what happens to EG? EG will decrease. So from this graph, if IA from this maximum point, if I increase the current means, if I increase the current, what happens to EG value? EG value will decrease. Okay, EG value will decrease. This drop is mainly due to armature reaction drop. We will see about the armature reaction drop. Okay. Up to here, it is okay. Hello. Any doubts up to here? Okay. Now we'll see about what is armature reaction. Can I raise this up to here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now again, I am explaining about the armature reaction first. Then I will explain the internal characteristics. Okay. So armature reaction concept. See. The effect of armature flux on the main field flux is called armature effect. Armature reaction effect. So there is a two effects: demagnetization effect and cross magnetization effect. So the effect of armature flux on the main field flux. Now I am drawing a circuit diagram in order to represent what is meant by field flux and what is meant by armature flux. So here we are having north pole and south pole. So in between north pole and south pole, there is flux present. That flux is called as a main field flux. That flux is called as a main field flux. That means the flux are obtained by the field winding. The flux obtained by the field winding. Okay. So in between there is a armature is placed here. The round conductor is nothing but armature. Okay. So this in armature conductors are there like this. Okay. So depends on the armature EG available. So whenever the flux is linking with the armature conductors, EG will induce in these conductors. Okay. So depends on the EG, IA starts flowing in this conductors. Armature current will start flowing in this conductor. So current is indicated with the dot and cross here. That is the direction of current. Cross indicates the inward current. That means the current is passing into the conductor. And dot indicates the outward current. That means the current is passing out of the conductor. That means the current is coming out of the conductor. Okay, that is the direction of current. Okay. Now we can represent the flux direction. According to the current direction, we can represent the flux direction by using a right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. So what the right hand thumb rule means? See my video, okay? So that I will explain. So as it is, my video is visible to you. Wait for one time. I will see. As my video is visible to you. Okay. My video is visible. So see my hand. Okay. So right hand. Okay. Thumb represents the direction of current, and the remaining fingers indicates the direction of flux. Okay. So inward current means the current is passing into the conductor. That means from your side. The current is passing into the screen. Okay. What is the flux direction at that time? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? For me, it is a clockwise. So the fingers represents the clockwise direction, like this. Thumb indicates the direction of current. Inward current represents the flux direction as clockwise direction. And outward current means the current is coming out of the conductor. That means the thumb should point you to yours. Okay. From the right hand, the thumb should point to you, observer. Okay. And the fingers indicates the direction of flux. Okay. Now the flux direction is in which direction? Anti-clockwise or clockwise? For me, it is the anti-clockwise. Okay. So according to right hand thumb rule, it is clear. Now you can see the screen here. According to right hand thumb rule, so cross indicates the inward current. I have written here. Cross indicates inward current. For this inward current, the flux direction is clockwise like this.
Sir, my voice break.
Yeah. Happened.
Voice break.
Hello? Voice break. ఇప్పుడు ఓకేనా? హలో హలో నాకు ఈ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. హలో హలో ఇప్పుడు ఓకేనండి?
Sir, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now dot indicates the outward current. Outward current means a dot. Okay. So for dot, what is the flux pattern? It is an anti-clockwise direction like this. Okay. So we have already represented in this diagram as dot and cross. Okay. So in the cross, what is the flux direction? Clockwise. So the main field flux direction is in this direction. Okay, and the armature conductor own conductor flux direction is like this. That means both are in opposite direction. So there is a decrease in the main field flux. The main field flux is decreased by armature flux. That effect is called as a demagnetization effect. Have you understand about a demagnetization effect? The demagnetization effect means the main field flux is decreased by armature flux. Why? Because the main field flux direction and armature flux direction are opposite. Suppose the main field flux direction is like this and the armature conductor flux direction is like this. Both are in opposite. So at that time the main field flux is decreased. The main field flux is decreased. Okay. So that effect is called as a demagnetization effect. Due to that demagnetization effect, which is decreasing here, flux is decreased. If the flux is decreased means what about the EG? EG will depend on the flux. The flux is decreased means EG will decrease. Okay. That's why the EG value will decrease. But and this happens whenever the load is connected. This armature reaction effect will comes only when load is connected to your generator. Okay. Under no load condition, this effect is not there. So that means whenever the load is applied to a DC generator, the armature current increases. Due to that armature current, conductor current carries some amount of current. So this will increase the armature conductor flux. So due to that armature conductor flux opposite to the main field flux, there is a decrease in the main field flux. That effect is called as a demagnetization effect. So due to the demagnetization effect, what happens? The flux will decrease. The main field flux is decreased. If the flux is decreased means as the EG is directly proportional to flux, if the flux is decreased means what happens to EG? EG value will also decrease. So that's why if we are loading the generator means the armature current is increased. The armature current is increased means armature reaction effect is increased. Armature reaction effect increases. So due to this, flux will reduce. If the flux is reduced, means what happens to EG? EG value will decrease. So we can observe from this figure. Characteristics. As the IA is increased, what happens to EG value? EG value will decrease. So this is due to armature reaction drop. I understand. Any doubts? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Till now, any doubts? No doubts? Can I continue with the further topic? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So till now we have completed the internal characteristics. Now we will see the external characteristics. So external external characteristics. So in order to perform external characteristics, the load should be connected the same way which we have performed in the internal characteristics. After completing the internal characteristics, we need to perform the external characteristics. Same circuit. Again, I am drawing. Load is connected to the circuit. That means the switch should be in a closed condition. The load. Supply. The previous switch. Here also the switch should be closed condition. Okay. So in order to perform the external characteristics, first we must consider the internal characteristics. So you already know internal characteristics are drawn between EG and IA. And again, I am drawing the internal characteristics. So in order to draw the internal characteristics, we must take the point of maximum value of open circuit test, which is nothing but EG naught. EG naught is the open circuit, no load open circuit generated EMF. Okay, so which is nothing but EG naught. It is a constant line which is obtained from the open circuit. So that we are taking it as a reference. After this, what happens? If you load the generator, means the IA value is increased. If IL increases, IA increases. If IA increases, armature reaction effect increases. So due to this armature reaction effect, what happens? The flux is decreased. If the flux is decreased, means as EG is directly proportional to flux. If the flux is decreased, means EG is decreased. So EG value will decrease. Okay. So after this point, if we increase the load, means what happens? The armature current will increase. Proportionally, EG value will decrease. So this is the internal characteristics line. The internal characteristics line. Okay. So from this internal characteristics line, this is the EG line. This is the EG line, obtained EG line. Okay. So now, what is the EG equation for a separately excited generator? EG is equals to V plus IARA. Okay. So now I want a V is nothing but VL here. Okay. Now I want a load voltage. Load voltage can be obtained from this equation as EG minus IARA. So that means if you subtract this EG line, if you subtract this EG to IRA, then we'll get a VL value. So these external characteristics are drawn between VL and IL. If we take IA is equals to IL, why? Because in case of this is the IA and this is the IL. Both are connected in series. That means the same current. That means IA is equals to IL. So that means the same scale we are taking it. If we take another scale as a V here, we take another scale on the y-axis as a V. Okay. So then obtained V is nothing but VL here. So then obtained VL is equals to EG. EG is this line. Okay. This is the line represented EG. So if you subtract the IRA from this EG line, we'll get a V value. So that means it is coming upwards or below. Hello. Has it come upwards or below? If we subtract this line to IRA, then it will come upwards or below. Hello. Below. Why? Because this is the EG line. This is the EG line. If you subtract the IRA, means IRA drop is, if you subtract the IRA, okay, that we get like this. We obtain a V like this. So this is due to IRA drop. This is due to IRA drop. And this is the terminal voltage characteristics. That means external characteristics. And this is the armature reaction effect. Armature reaction drop. Okay. So this is the separately excited generator characteristics. Again, I am drawing the external characteristics. Can I raise this diagram? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can I
Yes, sir.
Yes.
here on the x-axis you are taking a IA is equals to IL. On y-axis you need to take a two scales. One is EG, second one is a VL. Okay. From the no load characteristics, we have obtained the EG naught maximum. This is the EG naught maximum. So take it as a reference. Then you have to draw the internal characteristics. Internal characteristics are obtained as I have explained it here. Okay. So that means whenever the loading, the EG value will decrease due to armature reaction effect. Armature reaction effect. The EG value will decrease. Okay. So this is the internal characteristics. Internal characteristics. Okay. Now, if you subtract, this is the EG line. This is the EG line. We subtract the IRA from this EG line, it will get downwards to the internal characteristics. So that means at each and every point we need to subtract the IRA. At each and every point we need to subtract the IRA so that we get a V points. Okay, the graph like this. So this is the VL, and this drop is nothing but a IRA drop. And these characteristics are nothing but the external characteristics. So from this diagram, we can see that, we can observe that. So whenever the load is increased on the generator, what happens to EG? EG value will decrease. What happens to load voltage? Load voltage will also fall down. Okay. So this is the observation. Okay. These are the characteristics of a separately excited DC generator. Okay, now we have completed one generator characteristics. Okay, so in the next class we will see the remaining characteristics, generator characteristics. I hope you get to understand about this topic. Any doubts till now? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay, I am stopping the record.